Hello everyone, welcome back to HoboCraft. You might notice that we're actually on my redstone testing world instead of HoboCraft. And that's because I'm going to let you guys in on a little project I've been working on. I got inspired by Tango's Decked Out and decided to make my own game. I'm calling it Cavern Quest. And that's what I've been working on over here. So the game is going to be broken up into 5 different difficulty levels, from beginner to deadly. And those will take place over 4 different levels, all of which I have roughly designed out over here and stacked up this way. So Cavern Quest is very similar to Decked Out in that it is a dungeon crawling game, but the key difference is that there is no cards. One, because I can't really do all the custom texture stuff, and also that's a lot of work, but 2, that would be copying way too much, and I wanted to try my own with quests instead of cards as a way to get to change what happens in the dungeon. So, we'll do a quick example run. It's not, dungeon's not actually built, so it's not going to be, detailed, but I'll show you how the game works. First off, you start with your Cavern Quest key, which I'll be giving those out to be determined. So that goes in, door opens, go in, set your spawn, put your things up here, and keep your quest with you. Go through this door here. You can do this in any order, but I'm going to go ahead and put my quest in. And then I'm going to select an easy difficulty. And then when I'm ready, I hit start. And all the note block sounds are just temporary because I don't know what to put there yet. So if you have any suggestions, leave it down in the comments. This ride will take you down to the beginning of the first level. And there you get your compass and our quest, which this one is defeat the horde, which I'll show you where that will be later. And we follow our compass over to our drop-off location, and you get a gold disc. Every time you turn your compass in, you'll get a gold disc with varying levels of worth. This one is worth 10. Then you come all the way back to the start, go through the doors, which turns the game off, and then you would drop down, but I didn't dig down, so instead I just go up to the top. Here there will be a person to greet you, an armor stand of course, and you trade in your disc. And then once again we have temporary note blocks. If you guys can think of a better song to have playing, a better noise, let me know and send me a schematic for the note blocks. And then the door opens, and our melons are delivered through here. Magic melons. Instead of frost embers, as Decked Out has, we have magic melons. And this is your currency for this room. You can not buy these anywhere else, and you can't take anything out with you. Over at the far end, we have our coin to brick converter. Every 5 coins, coins in here, every 5 coins will get you 1 gold brick, and gold bricks can be taken outside the shop and used out there. Everything else, though, that you bring into the dungeon cannot leave with you. So any of these supplies that you buy are 1 use only. You bring them in for 1 run, and then you're done with them. But I have 10 magic melons, so I'm going to buy a health 1 and a health 2. And I think that's it. And then if I wanted to, I could buy quests. And these are all random quests. And then this one is, I had level 5, but I got rid of it. And here's the points. Cavern Quest points. And these are how you win the game. Get enough of these, and you win. Haven't decided if I'm going to do phases or anything like that, but that's all to be determined later. We go through this, and then we drop down, and we would die. And I have not hooked this up yet, but there's one of our potions, and then the other one is here. And those would be taken all the way back to right here, where they get dropped down. And we would respawn inside of here. You notice this door is closed, so you can't go back in. We get our potions, and then we did not die, so we don't need to press that. And door opens. So that is Cavern Quest in a nutshell. This is the distribution, the current distribution between the levels. So we have level 1, 2, 3, and 4, Amethyst, Crypt, Spiders, and Deep Dark, or whatever you want to call them. And currently you can get from 50 to 6 is the range of gold coins. And this is just how many different ranges, what the range is between there. So on level 1 you can get 6 or 16, you can get 10 or 27, 21 or 38, 32, and 50. And that is the distribution between the levels currently. And these are the quests, which I am working on figuring out more of, but it is difficult to think of them. One thing that is still to be decided is whether or not I will have what Tango calls clank, where if you make noise in the dungeon, it increases the deadliness of the dungeon. I don't know if I want to have that because I do not have the players do not have ways to mitigate that other than shifting, which I do not want them shifting because shifting is boring and takes a lot of time. So if you have any ideas for how to make this game different from Tango's Decked Out, but keep it as our own thing, that'd be pretty cool. And I'd like you to leave those suggestions in the comments below. I do think there will be hazard that just gradually increases over time. Maybe random, like a chicken on a pressure plate, I don't know. But that is why I've made so many different rooms connected on our layout here. For example, to get down to the next level, the quickest path would be to go from here to here, and you're down. But if hazard is up, then you would probably have to make your way around the village, over here, up, through this, down this way, through one of these pathways, over here, and through here, would probably be the hazard block way. And of course, I think it's always a good idea to have it be as maze-like as we possibly can. That way, it takes players a long time to actually figure out where everything is, and they keep finding new secrets and new pathways every time they play. Two options, and I'd like to see which one you think would be best, would be have the dungeon randomly close the doors at the very beginning and have specific pathways open or closed, and not to have it change throughout the whole game, or to have it start with everything open and just slowly, the more time you spend down there, the more doors close. Which one do you think would be the best option? Alright, back on the HoboCraft server, let me show you what I've done to get started. I went ahead and cleared out the top of this area over here and started blending it into the terrain surrounding it. Still haven't got the corruption in, but that will be worked on soon. I've installed this bubble vader down, up and then just drop down, and into this area here. This will be the main lobby area for Cavern Quest. Along this wall here will be the gold brick shop, where you can buy things with gold bricks, and I may add rooms for each of the players. I'm not sure yet. And this will be the door that you get in, and this is where the barrel will be. So I've already begun digging this area out. This section here for the redstone, and this section over here as well. And once all this is dug out and cleared, then we will begin this first part of the redstone, and can then move on to digging out the rest of the area. So it's going to be a lot of digging, and without replay mod, because it has not updated yet, you would not want to see that because the time lapse would look terrible. So instead, we're just going to cut to me having this all dug out. And 1, 2, 3. Look at that, all dug out. Now we can begin work on adding in the redstone. Alright, the entranceway has been built. So let me give you a quick tour of how it works. Step 1, you'll have your key. Right now we're using stake, but that'll eventually be changed. Go ahead and put 1 key into the entranceway. Everything begins. It opens up. I'll put a bed here. You set your spawn here. Put your items that are in your inventory up here. And then there will eventually be a button that goes over here to press if you die in the caverns. And then you go through here. If you have any quests, you can put them in this barrel, and they'll get processed and sent out. And you can set which mode you want to go on. We'll select a hard run right now. When you're ready, you'll hit start. And then I haven't added the note blocks in yet. And there's the minecart. And then off we go. And I'm going to fix that. I don't know why that did that. And we're off. And we go on down. Which right now, it just leads to right here. But that is how it works. Well, that's what it looks like. Now I'll give you a quick behind the scenes of how it works. Alright, let's start off with the door. So you put your key in over here, and we go through a filter. These will eventually be swapped out to be made so that no one can actually mess with it. But no, go through the filter, and then signal gets sent over here, and that unlocks it, takes it down, and we split it off into two paths. This path, which goes over this way, and if this is up, it goes here, which turns this T flip-flop, and that opens and closes the iron door in the middle there. So that way, once you actually open the door, the iron door opens up, and when it's not open, then the iron door will be closed to a different circuit over there. The second signal goes this way, comes to here. This is the return path, and it goes this clock, this fade out timer, which passes through here, and this is what actually turns off the door, allowing it to open. On the inside, there's a button hooked up here, which is what is connected to the other part of the line down there. So the next bit of redstone we'll look at is the difficulty selector. So over here, it is basically we take the signal from the item frame, have it go this way, and we also take the signal down there and copy it that way so that it is compared, and whichever one is unpowered is the signal that we select. And they're not in order because the order there is differently, but each one corresponds to a different one. So from there, we power this, which pushes that down, which pushes these blocks up into place. So that when we hit start, the only one that is actually up is the one that will get fired. Then go into a randomizer, and it will pick one of these two droppers, and those will have the different compasses in them, pointing them to different locations. So we can have a total of 18 different locations per difficulty. And then that is how this circuit works up here. When you hit start, basically it goes this way and powers this and goes through a timer there. And then over this way, this is where the note blocks will be, where the noise will be made. It goes down here and powers the dispenser to put the minecart in. And then this button, when you press the go button here, goes and sends the minecart on its way. This line also goes this way, which pushes this block back. This block was pushed into place when we started the game, and that's what closes the door. I fixed it, so now it will no longer do that weird bug you saw. And then the line also goes across the top, and if this is up, and this will be up when that one's down, and that one will be down when this one's up, and it goes and makes sure that the door closes. Make sure that this door closes so that you can't do multiple games in a row when you respawn in this room. It makes you have to leave. Alright, that's the redstone that we got done today. A lot more heavy on the redstone than building this episode, but I enjoy it. I hope you guys did too. I've been Daggur the Brave, this has been HoboCraft, and I'll see you guys next time.